I'm the star. What these hands are doing. I ain't playing with you. I'ma show you what these hands are doing.
Meta play of all meta plays, and it was took advantage of the defense because of how the flip worked. Talk to me how it's different this year.
Yeah, so we would see our players run this play, flip it, and instead of the players crossing field, you just would give that route, that seam route, you would give it to the receiver. And if you had some speed over there, it gave defenses fits. And it was a rather easy fix that we just said, if you're going to flip the play, we're going to make the tight end cross the field. He's going to keep his route, and our video game defensive coordinators are going to sleep a whole lot better because of that change.
Just all your PA slot cross tight end fans, got some bad news for you. You're not going to be able to just manipulate that to the wide receiver gets the route you wanted. And you can already see the difference here, even just like in sort of a stock adjusted defense.
Oh my God.
The coverage was a lot better downfield.
Mm-hmm.
I really like that change too because it takes away just one of the quick hike. You know, everyone complains about the quick hike, snap, audible. It takes away one of the most OP plays.
And there you go. There's one of those zones dropping back. That was a play I think you were looking at a year or two ago. That ball would sail over his shoulder. You wouldn't, unless you were clicked on, you weren't making a play on that one. Yeah, obviously, you know, when we're talking about a new game, I think we tend to steer towards talking about the offensive changes because there are players want to do. They want to go score points. But I think it's important that, you know, the word I think you keep bringing up, and I think you're going to hear a lot throughout this video, is balance. It's for every offensive ad, we're giving something defensively that gives them a chance to counter that.
Right. And once the game gets in the hands of our players and they get a chance to lab, at some point, offense or defense is going to swing the pendulum in their favor. But it's a very tough job for us to try to balance, but we really put a lot of time and effort into trying to make sure there's something that counters everything.
Good knockout.
Great knockout.
Yeah, they breaking on that pass.
Yes, sir.
One thing I'm noticing from this year to last year is how the cornerbacks and the safeties there don't really need knockout abilities to break on the ball, get knockouts.
Obviously, last year, knockout was probably one of the, you could make the argument that it was the most important.
I think most would say it was the most important ability.
You could definitely make that argument. And whereas players with knockout are still going to knock out more passes this year, it's not a necessity. If a player is there and he is there in time to make a play, you should have a chance to knock the ball out, especially depending on the catch and traffic rating of the receiver.
Boy, it does feel like, as we're getting to see a little bit of those run plays, if you're at home, we're talking about the catch animations, those catch windows. If you're up at home and you're like, I'm a runner, okay? I want to tote the ball. I want to pound the rock. The new and improved blocking schemes, I think, makes running a viable offense,
for sure.
Especially here in 24.
Yeah, a lot of improvements went into run. You're going to see some new pull blockers if you want to run toss and those plays to get you outside. But I think the thing that I'm most excited about is our targeting. Like, in the past, we had an issue where blockers would try to determine where the running back wanted to go. And that led to them just being unpredictable. Yeah, like you didn't know where they was going to go. This year, they're just very decisive. They get it in the open field, they target who they want to block, and they get action.
Oh, no. It's just...
One thing I also noticed pretty mainly is that last year there was a real big problem with like receivers bumping off their routes. And, you know, just random things would happen. Right now I'm seeing just really fluid routes. People, like, my receivers aren't really getting bumped off their patterns, and I'm really liking that, honestly.
Yeah, effort went into that, too. It's crazy. I didn't know if that would be noticed, especially considering it's that first game. But that's a real frustrating point for a user because everything like that you see, it feels like illegal touching or illegal holding or a PI is something. You're looking like, man, what's happening to my receiver? So some effort went to letting those guys resolve that bump faster and get him back into his route.
It seems like when I pass commit, I'm getting like not super animations, but like I'm getting a much better pass rush animation. Like they really trying to rush the passer rather than just sit there and, you know, play patty cake with it.
Yeah, if you pass commit, especially on these play action plays, you are basically canceling out your defensive line or your pass rushers, even considering the fact that it's a run. They're going to go right into that pass rush assignment, which is going to allow them to shed blocks a bit faster. So I don't know if going to that play action is going to be the move this year.
Well, you saw right there, a defender behind the receiver went for a swat instead of playing the receiver, which is so refreshing to see.
It is, man. It is. It's so many times.
Running some inside zone, some of those inside A-gap runs, then hit him with a toss play.
It would be beautiful, and that's what we want. We want to open up the playbook. We want players to feel more confident running other plays.
That was a nice
I
play.
think that's going to be a good man beater, just running with the quarterback.
Ooh, Dawson Knox. Pumping up the crowd.
Yeah, I was about to say the post-play team went crazy too. You're going to see not only new celebrations. We had new celebrations every year, but the thing that they did this year that I really like, just emotion. And if I'm not mistaken, look on the left side because I feel like
he
Diggs
fried.
Diggs fried him. Oh, my God.
He fried. He like, Coach, I'm wide open.
See ya.
Throw me the ball.
I think we're going to see some of the improved downfield blocking here. Little slip screen action. Look at the
62.
offensive lineman. The offensive lineman is down the field and not just creating a convoy.
And getting the action, like getting in the field and getting down the field to get action. I love it.
I think one thing I'm already noticing that's really improved is just the offensive line IQ, honestly. Like, you just saw him right there. He picked up. Last year, like, he was just, a lot of the time, he would just whip on that block and really made screens unrunnable. So I'm really liking that right now.
I'm going to record that clip and take it back to the guys that work on blocking. Those guys, man, they got a hard job. I don't envy them at all, but they put a lot of
Look
work
at that
in
zone
this year.
and that's Trey White, too.
In the zone.
I think his zone range is actually pretty high in this game. I could
think
be
it's
wrong.
high.
It's not
I
bad.
think it's pretty high.
And last year and years past, like, you had to really play with zone drops on. That right there is like, that's no zone drops. That's just him, having awareness and IQ. Look at this. This is a stock. This is a default zone. Like, this never, I'm telling you, in the past, this never happened. Like, he never get this much depth. And then play this is a crosser. Y'all did a good job on movement. I think all of this, I think zone's playing better because of movement. Because last year, any other year before next gen, like, this dude would take so long to get to this ball.
Yeah.
He'd never get to this.
Yeah.
Even if he was this deep, this
No,
still would
it's
be a
going over his
completion.
head.
Like,
Or he's getting nagged for it.
yeah, or he'll be able to fit it in this little window right here between them. But, like, the movement just so much better.
I like from this view, you can see how quick he reacts to
Right.
this throw. Like, he is reacting. He sees it.
Oh, see, this is my type of Madden when I can play zone.
Look at the safety react to that, too.
Wow, casual players, the guys that just, we play a time or two a week. Maybe they're not as well versed as zone drops and all the other good stuff. If they got good players in zone in position to make plays, they should be able to make plays.
Yeah, Clef, let's see, like, on this play, like a 10-yard dig route and let's see, like, a cover 3 defense, because I want to see how those linebackers react. Because in years past, this is a money play. Throw that dig right behind the linebacker, and unless you're clicked on, it's probably completed. I want to see how those linebackers react here. Look at him drop back and make the play. I mean,
I love it.
You love to see that.
That's zone defense. A lot of work went into it, man. So kudos to the coverage team. They got these guys playing a lot better. You got to be smarter when you slinging the pigskin this year.
Oh, my
A little separation. Oh, my God.
And you get a chance to see some of that momentum. Like, Diggs never slows down, never has to slow down. So those lead, those pass lead, we tune pass leading a bit so you can lead a bit more now. So just being able to lead a receiver on a go route.
It looks like, and you'll see it here, you're not seeing the up back coming up and catching the ball. You're actually seeing the returner.
Who thought we would be sitting here talking about special teams? But special teams was really massaged this year. New formations on regular kick return, new onside kick formations, and onside kick return formations. So like you just alluded to, a lot of people do the scum kick. They probably kick it to you once and see if you really got skills, and if so,
Is that why they keep
the
kicking it
rest
to me
of the
deep?
game.
They're like, this dude is not, he's not returning it.
That might be why, Nick. But yeah, like you said, the blocking is going to set up, and the actual returner is going to come up and make the catch.
So I might be able to house a kick that was kicked short.
Someone is going to scum kick, and it's going to get taken to the house. I'm calling them now.
Oh, the drop off the high pass into Jordan Poyer's hands. And I could be wrong, I don't think Jordan Poyer has something like pick artist on him. So you're seeing him able to make an open field interception without the ability.
Yeah, our players are going to have to, some of them are going to have to reprogram themselves because high pass was so much the thing to do. Yeah, I mean, you kind of do it without thinking about it. So you got to be careful. You got to pick your spots.
It's interesting. This does feel like a game with a lot of the changes. There's a lot of habit breaking that's going to happen because
Big time.
we've been overcompensating for certain things that worked maybe a little differently than you guys wanted it to.
Yep.
Now you've spent some time tuning it, and people are going to have to change how they played.
Absolutely. In office, I still walk people to the line and I press, and it takes once for me to get beat and go, okay,
All right, maybe I shouldn't.
Yeah, I got to remember. It's important for us to mention too, obviously, escape artists gave a lot of us headaches, few nightmares. In 23, we made an effort to make scrambling quarterbacks stay in the pocket a bit more. Oh, Bills got it back. So in 24, we wanted to make sure that scrambling quarterbacks and mobile quarterbacks felt mobile, even if you're not scrambling. The way that Clef is getting out the pocket, he's not necessarily scrambling, but he's able to get out of the pocket and make plays. But at the same time, Dez could contain, and that contain is going to pretty much keep him from being able to just run around.
I mean, look at
and
the
do whatever he
end,
wanna do.
keep Allen in right there.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but Clef just finds Gabriel Davis down the field. I mean, he's not called Clef the Mortal. He's Clef the God. Just want to let you know, though, you're not going to be able to screenshot this and be like, see, I beat Dez, and I'm 1-0 against him in Madden 24. Okay?
I'm 1-0. See, it's how you start. It ain't always how you finish.
It's how you start. It's only how you start.
It's only how you start. We start off 1-0. Maybe.
This is where Dez should have brought his belts here, just like laid them out and be like, last year. And all he did was show up and win 2 belts. So if you're out there going, I don't have a chance to this, you don't know that until you sign up.
I'm running this cover 2 invert, and I see my safety, like, how he's getting to the sideline. He's not, like, strafing. He's, like, you know what I'm saying? He's kind of running over there to the top of the screen.
That's a
He's
great
not
call
strafing,
out.
but he's also not sprinting. It's somewhere in the middle.
Yeah, so it's a new loco type. You're going to see these guys do read steps first, and then you're going to see them go in the crossover run. So, Clef, that's a great call out because he's not in strafe, but he still has his hips turned. He can run, but he's still facing the quarterback. And this is authentic to the sport. You see these guys, they don't just turn around and just run to a spot.
Well, it's nice to see because I think if you're usering and you hold both triggers, it does the same thing.
Absolutely.
We're now seeing the CPU able to do that as well.
Yep. And this is something that, again, people are going to have to reprogram themselves. In the past, if you was on strafe and you held sprint, you just strafed still.
Yeah.
But this year, if you're holding both triggers, you're going to turn
get
your
that
hip.
crossover, yeah.
You're going to cross over this year.
I'm not going to lie. I've seen Dez run some RPOs. RPOs are kind of dangerous here, especially with that improved blocking. I don't know. It's a scary year. If you're thinking about RPO, running some RPO as your offense, this might be the year to do it early.
I think it's a great year to see just how much of a chess match this sport is. If you want to mix in pass, run, RPO, a little bit of QB sneak here and there, you can just keep the defense guessing.
I'm seeing a lot of new, tackle animations. Is there new tackling techniques in the game?
There are. So, Nick, you're going to hate this, but conservative tackle has been replaced.
No!
I know.
I'm not going to accidentally mess up my tackle again. I'm out, guys.
I knew you were going to have that reaction, but conservative tackle has been replaced with wrap tackles. It's still pressing A or X depending on what console you're on, but you're going to see these guys try to wrap up the ball carrier, and the outcome is going to vary depending on speed, strength, size, and I say speed of the ball carrier. If they're moving at low speed, you're going to see different animations. So you'll see defensive backs wrap up legs because that's authentic to the sport. You'll see these big guys hit a ball carrier up high and drive him backwards.
Tight window throws. They're possible in this game, especially with the good quarterbacks. That's a coverage sack right there. He's sitting in the pocket, and it doesn't feel like they have 6, 7, 8 seconds to throw the ball. The pass rush has certainly been tuned.
Right, but it's also not that, as soon as you drop back,
it's not unfun.
Exactly.
So there's one of those play actions in a situation probably weren't running the ball. Shotgun play action on 1st and 10.
Right. I don't know if it was a pass commit done there, but that's exactly the behavior you can expect to see if you pass commit on a play action pass.
Look at him back off the press on Stephon Diggs.
Des
like, nah, dude, not having it again. I don't care that there's 50 seconds left. You're not getting another one on me.
I learned my lesson.
All right, so maybe George Karlaftis might be great. I don't know. He's having a day. I mean, what a game. 2 of the best battling it out. First game of Madden 24. And guys, before we get out of here, I'm curious. You've gotten to play the game, full 20 minutes of gameplay. Clef, I'm going to start with you. What's the biggest change you felt or saw between last year and then your first try here at Madden?